was the Ciara Future thing, or really it's about Ciara and her child with Future. They TMZ made a big report of it yesterday. That while she was there with her children, I believe at the U.S. Open, is that what it was? Mm-hmm. Her son with Future now has the last name Wilson.
I saw.
The internet does what the internet does. Some people are strongly in favor of it, saying if he's not a good father, he's not present or whatever, she should be able to change the name. Others said that's the dad. You know who the dad is. That is my dad. Change, don't ever change the name. I'm not saying Future's not a good father. I'm just saying that's the debate people are having. I don't know nothing about Future's life.
I'd love to hear where you fall. I like when you bring these topics in because I get to hear your opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
first.
Yeah, come on, Mark.
I've seen you use the strategy before. With Flip. I think if the father is alive and around, unless some egregious shit has happened, I would not change the name. Unless the father has denied paternity or fatherhood or just says, I don't want nothing to do with this kid, I probably wouldn't change the name. I wouldn't. Okay. You know what I mean? That's some shit we all got to agree on. I know she still has his name as like a middle name kind of now, and then add Wilson at the end. I just don't think it's necessary. It wouldn't be a choice that I would make. I wouldn't want somebody to make that choice for me. But other people are like, it's her right to do it, and if he's not active and he doesn't want to be around and can go do it, I probably wouldn't do it even if he wasn't active, but that's just me. What y'all think?
If you don't want to be around, don't worry about what they're doing with your kid. I know it sounds fucked up, but
no, it don't.
Niggas if you don't want to be around, don't worry about it.
Okay, but what if they do want to be around?
Okay, now there's an issue here then. I'm answering his point. If somebody don't want to be in the picture, then by all means. But if he wants to be in the picture, no, you don't change his fucking name. No matter what.
What if
he's trying to be in the picture, wants to be in the picture, trying to be a father, even if it ain't to the standard you want or whatever, that's his child.
I think that's the gray area. I agree with everything you just said, but I think that's the gray area for people. Ciara did an interview a little while back, and they asked her what co-parenting was like, and she kind of like laughed it off, almost like, I don't get no help from him. What's the line where they've sunk low enough as a parent or as a co-parent where you feel like you can change the name without the father's input? Because that's the question. Like, if you show up twice a year, do you change the name? If you show up, like you said, if it's not to your standard but you're around, do you change it? Like, how bad does it have to be for you to be like, fuck it, you can't have his name no more?
For me, it got to be they out.
Completely out.
They got to be out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. If they anything else, no.
Okay.
They got to be out.
Got you.
Like Anthony Edwards type out.
Got you. That's out.
Got it.
You got to be at that level.
If we at Anthony Edwards level, I'm all for it.
Anything else?
He never was in.
I'm not
he
there.
didn't want to be in.
Right.
For me, you could change the name. You can't change the blood.
That's still my name, though.
No, I'm agreeing with that. Oh. But I'm just saying, for the mothers that feel like they can take it upon themselves and make this decision, no matter how the dad feels. For me, that kid grows up. That kid has my blood,
features,
my DNA, my genes. You can name that little motherfucker whatever you want. At some point, my likeness is going to come up in that house, and you should familiarize yourself with it, even the aspects that you aren't so fond of, so you can know how to deal with it. And the best way for you to know how to deal with it is through real dad. And then if that's not an option, then stepdad.
Not just that, you got to think about it. These are celebrities. So all of this stuff is documented in the internet universe. This child is going to know who my dad is, read some of the discourse and dialogue that is taking place, and come up with some semblance of the truth, right? I just think it's up to the two parents to allow this kid the ability to navigate.
But the other side of that is the kids know who there and who ain't there. Like, let's say.
And by the way, Ciara has full custody. By the
way,
we
don't know the level of parenting that Future does with this kid, and that's very important to know.
You said what? I hear you said.
I said we don't know the level of parenting that Future does with this kid. I think that is very important to know in this conversation, but we don't. So we're speculating. We're speculating.
Yeah.
Kids know who there and who not there though.
That kid gonna come in the house like this.
Kids don't always know the reason why.
That's me and Ish when that record come on.
I tried to phone like it wasn't shit. Lift it up and go and offset it. Fuck a cougar like she Holly Berry.
What you gonna do then? You go? You gave him a little pretty last name. That nigga is in the upstairs drunk, rapping March Madness. now what? Ain't no name gonna help.
I think the name change shit is more so because, like you said, the features, all of that shit is still gonna come out. You can't do nothing about that. But now you basically cutting off lineage at that point because, again, my name, like, you just ended that and made him somebody else's kid.
Let me ask you a question. How would the world know that she's doing this?
So apparently,
I'm sorry.
apparently it sounds like she did it a few years ago, but because she was at the U.S. Open and they put the kids' names in the print, his name was listed there as the last name. So she didn't like announce it. Okay, it's been happening for a few years. So it was just saying the context matters. It wasn't like a stunt.
So did she do it, or is she planning on doing it?
My understanding, again, we don't have all the information because she's not speaking on it directly, is that it's been done. And so it's like Zahir or whatever Future's last name is, then Wilson.
Oh, 2 last names.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, but they're not hyphenated or anything like that. So, but Wilson is the last name.
Nigga, you know we don't stand for that. That's it.
But it's tough though. I mean, again, like if I see, I'm not saying this is Future's case. I'm using an example. If I see you once a year,
so what? I'm still around. The kid is still familiar with who I am.
It's a low bar, man. I wouldn't do it, but I ain't that mad about it if you come around once a year.
And on top of that, like, even when it comes to getting passports, nigga, I say that to say you still need the parent permission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Both signatures to get a passport.
They circumvent that.
I didn't know about that. I know that you still need it, even if the father's not around. So when I say that to say that it still should be some level of respect.
How would y'all feel as a man putting your last name on somebody that's not yours? A kid that's not yours.
If I spent 364 days a year with him,
yeah,
I'd feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that.
I'd feel great.
I don't know that I would.
I don't know if I would.
I don't know
about that.
If there's no relationship.
The relationship is not all it's about to me.
I'll tell you why.
And it's bigger than that. The relationship shit don't be as cut and dry as the world make it seem.
But here's I agree with that too. But here's the thing. Particularly if you have multiple kids, right? So if I have 3 biological kids and 1 step kid, and I'm the one raising this other person, this is his unit. Your father doesn't come around. It's like some Will Smith on Fresh Prince shit, right? Yeah. At some point, I want you to feel like part of this fully. And so part of the last name thing is more so that you don't always look like the outsider when we go to school, when we register for things that you got. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying there is another side to that.
Sometimes that falls. It
gets embarrassing. It does.
No, sometimes that falls with the person, with the parent, not the kid. The kid don't usually care about that. That may fall with the parent. The parent
depends on what class level you at. In the hood, it don't matter because we all got different names. But if you at one of these private fancy schools that they at, and everybody's a Wilson, and you're an Akbar, that shit might fuck you up.
It matters.
I'm just picking a random name.
It depends. Like one of my homegirls, her daughters got different last names, and she said one day, the teacher, she had left something in the class, and the teacher was chasing her out, and the lady was yelling. I don't want to say the name, but let's just say. The daughter's last name is Johnson and her last name is Smith. Yeah. And they like, Miss Johnson. And she like, yo, I'm just walking. And I just hear them saying another name. And she said, by the time I turned around, I realized she was calling me. She said, yo, that's not my last name. I was totally embarrassed. As the parent, she was embarrassed.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That your daughters got different last names and they go to this school and it's.
Damn, yo, you was embarrassed. That had to be hard. It had to be tougher than the other option, which would be not being on Earth. Yo, man. Wow, yo. Man, some tough feelings. That's got to be tougher than never fucking seeing the planet. Yo, what are y'all talking about? Yo, if I'm dead, I wouldn't give a... Nah, let me shut up before I sound toxic.
I see it from both angles.
Not changing on
That's all I'm saying. I can understand why somebody would feel this way. I can see it. But again, I think my only frustration is that some of these dudes that don't come around to take care of their kids, that don't come around to show up for parties, don't show around for parent-teacher night, don't show up for nothing else, when they find out a name got changed or somebody took a photo or went to a daddy-daughter dance, they lose their fucking mind. Then they want to show up and get lawyers and do all. It's like you only show up for that disrespect, but you don't show up for none of the shit. Like you're not embarrassed to not take care of your kid?
I still think that's their right. I still think that's their right.
I came up in a blended family.
Yo, y'all be so one-sided when it comes to this shit, and we can't say it publicly. Because if that's the case, If that is the case,
Say it.
nah, man, I'm cool.
No, what we talking?
We have to
Come
stop.
on.
Pardon me.
It's a big buildup that you do. So we are waiting
Yo,
to hear
dog.
what you're saying.
So the woman has all of these rights, right, with regards to the child, and the man has zero.
How so?
I think he's asking that.
The man has zero.
Is this a hypothetical or you just?
No, it's a literal hypothetical, however you want to take it. Y'all speak on y'all experiences oftentimes, which are very, very limited in the broad scheme of things. A lot of people are going through shit outside when it comes to co-parenting or rights of a dad or a mom that don't go with y'all societal norms and how shit is. Y'all be talking this shit that niggas didn't experience, and that shit be fake for a lot of men out here and a lot of women out here. So if
Like what? What you mean?
Yeah.
women, the women don't gotta give you your name, period, nigga. They don't have to give you. You don't control that. No, you don't. You don't
Correct.
control none of that. They don't gotta give you the last name at all. That's a cool baby mom that gives you the last name. She's doing you a solid from the rip. She decides to change it, nigga. You don't have no say if she changes
But
it.
is that wise of her?
Yes, it is, because you can't financially abuse everybody so out here in these streets. And so the point that I'm saying is y'all want men sometimes to not have say so when it comes to certain shit. But when a man stands on the other side, it's shut up, nigga, this your kid.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I just said.
all right.
What I said.
When
just,
it come to money and other shit, shut up, nigga, that's your kid.
Yeah, but it
so
just-
that it should be shut up,
But-
bitch,
but-
that's my kid when it comes to certain decisions.
But I want you to hear what I said though, right? Which was different.
It's not to you or you.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
no,
saying.
you said it in direct response to what I
Yeah,
said, so it may seem that way to a listener. Yeah, I'm just saying. I think it's complicated, and I don't think we should go around changing names, and I think it does all this other long-term damage. I was just in addition to that as a caveat saying that some of the men I see most outraged about shit like that's disrespectful, or that's embarrassing to me, aren't embarrassed to
That
not
they-
be around the
that
other
they-
three.
that they won't buy a book bag.
Yeah,
or that they
that's
won't
all
buy a
I'm saying.
lunchbox.
And I'm saying I just find that frustrating when those are the people speaking out. Now, if it's people in other situations, that's different.
No, I
If you do that, you deprive my family of the definition of break the cycle. You deprive my family of the chance to break a cycle.
But to their argument, you
You
are
deprive
breaking
your
it,
family
right?
of that.
And that's
Not them.
not, and that's the
But
point
that
that
don't.
me and Ice be
But that
against.
shouldn't speak for my entire lineage and legacy. There's bad apples. Every family got them.
Neutral button.